guys, so today I'm going to show you how to apply the Avon True Color Eyeshadow Quad. And this color is actually in Mocha Latte. It's has some instructions on the back. We're gonna go over those step by step to make sure we do those right. Okay, so the colors that it comes with, and it comes with obviously the stick, but it actually numbers them for you, and you may not be able to see it because it's so light, but look, the infinite depth of a mirror. It has number 1, 2, 3, and then 4 outlined there for you. So let's read the instructions and see what it says. It says to apply shades 2 and or 3 to your lid. Use shade 1 to highlight and shade 4 to define. So we'll look at that. Excuse me. So shades 2 or 3 on the lid. Now my lids, I don't know if you can see it or not, but right there in that crease, even though I have used a face makeup setting spray, my makeup still pools and creates this line right there across my crease. And throughout the day I have to swipe it. Swipe or no swiping. We're gonna try to avoid that. So I got this eyeshadow primer from Avon. It was super cheap. And I've used it before just on my lids, and it does work. It does work a lot. And it also prevents, because I do smudge my eyeliner onto just right above the waterline. I smudge it because I'm not a really big eyeliner person. I'm more of a natural person, and plus I use the smudger so that I can put that into my eyebrows. It's like a twofer. So this is in the color light beige. I always say lighter the better, so we're gonna put this on. It's your eyeshadow primer. So let's put this on. I'm gonna rub it up. Oh, and it's like it goes on like a liquid and comes in like a powder. It's basically like a face primer. And to be honest, I did try putting the primer on, and the primer that I'm currently using for mattifying pores is Smashbox. I've already purchased the Avon version of it, and you can you can definitely see a difference there. This one's definitely a lot lighter. Oh, and look how it like concealed. That's nice. So we're gonna do just a little tiny dab up here on this side as well. I'll just smooth that in. Put it up there. So what I'm gonna do whenever I do my eyeshadow, I'm not left-handed at all. I try to meet that mark where I know, oh yeah, you can really see a difference, where I know my smudged eyeliner will create a line. So I just try to incorporate that a little bit. That way I don't get myself frustrated. And then put that right there on the corners. This works as a really good highlighter too. Look at that. I like that part right there. And you can see it just highlights it. It's perfect. My concealer's a little bright, but it needs to be. Okay, let's read this again. Shades 2 or 3 on the lid. So 2 or 3, okay. So 2 is kind of like the matte version here. And then 3 has some glitter in it. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, now you can. So you can see that 2 is matte, and then 3 has some glitter to it. And then 4 is like a darker matte, and then white would be like you're accenting your highlighting in the corners and the edges and such. So 2 or 3 on the lids. And since I'm going to use the wider brush because I'm going to cover a larger area, let's go with 2. Let's go with 2. So see, number 2. And we're going to go on the lid. That primer is really letting it stick. There. I like to just barely smudge it, just a little bit. Just past my crease, because that's where my eyeliner smudge likes to create a little bit of a line. So I figure if I do that, then I've got some definition there. So then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take number 3 again, oh, not again, but originally. And we're gonna put just a little bit of shimmer right there on the crease in the middle and on the front half. Yeah, just a little bit of shimmer. That way when I close my eyes, I look fantastic. Okay. And definitely in the beginning. There. Yeah. Looks good. Alright, so I'm going to do the same to the other eye now. Again, I am not left-handed. Yeah, I think that looks good. Take a step back. It's evened out. Now we need to do the 3 for the shimmer. All right. I'm liking it. Okay. Then use shade 1 to highlight and shade 4 to define. So we'll use 1 to highlight. So we're gonna highlight there, right there in the crease. Lighten that up a little bit. Oh, that looks so good. So do it again over here in the crease. Let's lighten that up. Love it. Now do the bottom just like it, okay? See how you lighten that up? And then it starts to match your concealer. So now your concealer won't look so crazy bright. If you're like me and you have seriously bad bags, and it's not really, plumping doesn't really help. It's just under eye bags. And trust me, it's not sleep, because I slept for an infinite amount of time today. Because I could. Okay. So now we've defined it with that. Let's take the other side of our tiny portion and let's do number 4. I'm just gonna barely get some on there. Don't get a lot. You might regret it. Okay, so then we're gonna take it underneath. Just a little brushing underneath to create that little bit of depth. I call this the Jennifer Love Hewitt tactic. If you've ever seen Ghost Whisperer, her makeup was spot on. Okay, so just a little bit underneath, again with the number 4, and just a little bit underneath. There. Just a little bit underneath. And then I'll take that number 4 again, and I'll just kind of work to incorporate this with my eyeliner to just line it up a little bit. Just want to line it up. We're not removing anything, we're just defining a little. There, okay, so I'm gonna take my highlighter one more time. I'm gonna go around this to make sure that that is clean. So use your highlighter side. Clean it up a little bit if you need to. Sometimes with these little tiny things, you get too much going on one side. You might forget what side you're doing. I use my highlighter up in here. Create some shaded definition. do it on this. Can you see the difference with the shaded definition and then just like the all over? I'm pretty well, I need to know where my stuff is at all times. So I like to have a little more organized chaos on my face. And I like to have something that's going to wear well throughout the day. I'm not too big on putting things on my brow bone, mostly because I have a very high brow bone. And if I started putting makeup and a very high arch on my eyeshadow, my eyebrows, it's just, I would have makeup up to here that doesn't suit me very well, personally. Okay. So yeah, that looks good. Do some more highlighting there and there. Perfect. All right. So the mascara that I use is Big and Multiplied. And this is also Avon. And this is a brand new one. The other one I use is actually about 3/4 used. So it's that good kind where you need to rake it off. And even still, when they're brand new, I still rake them off because I don't much care for a clustered look. I'm more of a feathered and natural look. So let's see what we got here. So, and this brush is very different. It took me a while to get used to it, but after I realized that I just needed to rake it clean, it's my favorite. Absolute favorite. Okay, and it does have, if you can tell, little tiny curves in it. It's very multi-dimensional. It's different. So what I like to do is find a flat spot on it. So you find a flat spot on it. Let me see if I can get it to show you. I don't think it's not going to. Well, anyways, I take a flat, there we go, now you can kind of see it. I take just a flat side of it, so there's one right there. And then I just take it and I wiggle it and then let it go through. And then this one is really good to take and just feather out the ends and the tips. It's really good at getting thick volume at the base. And then hitting the tips with it. It's really, really good. So then I generally take just the remainder of it and just barely find a flat spot there. And just barely touch my bottoms. Because we have that smoky going on there, so you don't want to have like what your top looks like on your bottom. That's going to be a lot going on. So again, re-dip, re-scrape. Clean this bad boy up. I can usually make a tube like this last about, oh my gosh, well, I use it about every day. About a month or two, yeah. So it's not bad. They're generally anywhere between $5 to $8 or $9, which isn't bad. And I use the brownish black because I have blue eyes and my hair is thoroughly lightened. So, okay. So I am a tugger on the ends, which is why I need to lighten the corners so much. There we go. There we go. Let me tug on this corner just a little bit. There. And then do the tips. When I do the tips, if you just barely take the tips and wiggle on them, just a little bit, you'll begin to get some separation of them, and it'll make you look like you are the type of person who has 2 layers of eyelashes, because there are some out there that are super blessed. See that? How I'm just barely taking some, and it just, ta-da, just separates the hairs and gives you the appearance of having 2 layers of lashes. Now, I know I got some on my eyeshadow. I'm gonna go back over it and fix that, but there it is. And then just barely touching the bottom again. Probably do this one a little bit more. There we go. There, into that corner. There. That's better. So again, this is the Big and Multiplied, the silver one. They have several different colors, but I prefer the silver. After you get used to the wand, you're not gonna wanna go back to anything else. It's awesome. I used to be a huge Almay person, but this is also very natural and very similar. But as far as a good brownish black color, you're good. And then look, it just moved itself right out. But I do feel like after I've touched my eyes redoing the mascara, I do need to go back through and highlight right in there. And I'll go ahead and touch that up since I touched there as well. There. Perfect. So that wraps up everything. We've used purely Avon products here. We have the Avon Quad in Mocha. I used the Avon Eyeshadow Primer, which was very nice. You can use it by itself or before using eyeshadow. It's whatever you prefer. And then we also used the Avon Big and Multiplied Mascara in Brownish Black. If you have any questions, comment below. There will be links to these products. They are exclusively on my Avon website because I am an Avon representative. You can shop through me. If you want a coupon, message me and I can tell you what's available, what's going on right now. But otherwise, thank you for watching and have a great day.